So you bought a K1000 and it has arrived. Now what? You might think just open it and start shooting, but let's do something before that. Let's check and make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. For that, that's gonna depend on how you bought the camera. If you bought it like ready to use, refurbished and everything, you should not have to worry about anything. Just open it and put the film in and the battery and start shooting. But we're gonna check to make sure that that is true. One more thing, if you bought it as is, well, you're gonna have to do some cleaning. You're gonna have to make sure that everything is working fine. Check for damage and make sure that everything is correct and working. Now, first of all, let's open the. If you bought it from eBay or stuff or a site like that, open your listing page, the description page, just to compare and make sure that the camera in the pictures and in the listing is the same camera that you're receiving. Otherwise, you might want to send it back or something like that. Now, like I said before, you bought it ready to use and you bought it fully refurbished. Well, this is gonna help you as well, just to make sure, because even some people refurbish the cameras. Sometimes they forget to repair or to fix some little details. So let's see. This one, check the box, make sure it's not damaged. Make sure that the box looks good. Yeah. That can indicate some damage during shipping, but this one is fine. Now let's take the camera out of the box. In this case, the shipping material was minimal, but it looks that it was enough to protect the camera, so it should be fine. But that's something else that you want to look for, how much shipping material was in the box. One more, if you can reuse the boxes to ship something else, reuse them. That way we help the environment, so we don't waste a lot of cardboard or stuff like that. Okay, here is K1000 SE brown, the same that I ordered. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's see. Okay, there you go. So I got this camera from this side, from Goodwill. The website is shopgoodwill.com. If you want to order something from them, just make sure that you read the description and make sure that you know you buy a used donated item. Most of the people that do the listings for those websites, they don't know much about every single product that they sell, so they will do a description based on their observation. And sometimes they don't know everything about, for in this case, cameras. So they might say that it's in good looking condition, and they might say that it seems to be working, but they don't know anything. They might not know much about it. So when you buy in from that website, just keep in mind that it might arrive damaged or not working properly, and not because they want to sell it like that, but because they don't know how to test for it. So let's start by looking at the camera itself. Make sure that there's no damage, broken pieces, the glass, the focusing screen, everything is fine. Make sure that the leather is not scratched or damaged. There's some paint on it, but we can remove that one later. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see right there. This has this black right here. We're gonna try to remove that later, clean it. This is not damaged. This is just degraded foam from probably a carrying case, something like that. So that can be cleaned, it's fine. What else? Let me see. The hot shoe is not bent or damaged, it's fine. Let's make sure that the shutter fires. Yep. Now, there's no way for you to tell without the proper equipment the exact speed for the shutter. So, but just by listening to it, you can hear that every time you advance the shutter speed, it gets faster and faster. There you go. And you want to do that in big increments so you can hear the difference. Otherwise, you won't hear the difference. Let's go to 1/4 of a second. There you go. 1 second. Yeah, that seems fine. Obviously, the best way to test that is going to be by shooting film, taking pictures. So we'll wait for that. All right, next. Let's open the camera and make sure they're not damaged. There's no damage in here in the film compartment. Make sure there's no broken teeth on this sprocket, so we can turn a little bit and make sure that everything is fine. Okay, everything seems good. Let me put that shutter speed faster so we don't have to wait for that. Yeah, everything seems good. There's a piece of film right here, but it's fine. So when replacing the light seals, what you're going to do is you're going to replace the light seals in here, light seals in here, and there is some what it looks like fabric or something like that in here. This one sometimes still in good condition because it's not foam, it's like fabric. So just kind of like move it around like that, and try to use a wooden pick or something, not a metal, because it's gonna scratch the camera. I'm doing this because, you know. So this one seems to be fine, might not need to be replaced, but if you want to, you can replace it with a strip of light seal in there. In the next video, we're gonna replace the light seals and clean the camera and the whole camera. Right now it's just just checking when receiving the camera. From this point, we can decide to keep it or return it, or what else you can do, or talk to the seller for a discount or a solution in case if there's a problem with the camera. Like I said before, this camera I bought it like as is, so I didn't know if it was working or not. But if the listing says it was working, it is working, you should make sure that it's working. So we got the shutter speed is working. I mean, the shutter is working. The shutter speed dial is working because you can hear the difference in the shutters and the shutter speed. In the back is fine. Now, one more thing that we need to check is this lever right here. This lever is what controls the aperture blades. When you take the picture, well, when you set your aperture blade, it goes like that, and it has to go back like that. Okay, it has to snap back. That way we know it moves freely in the camera. Sometimes these pieces get oil or stuff like that, and they're really sluggish. You can pull it all the way down here, and it really slow will come back like that. And you don't want that. You want it to snap back like that, because that is what pulls the lever in the lens that tells the lens at what shutter speed it pulls this lever right here. This one tells the lens what aperture you set in your camera. So you don't want to set it like, let's say you set the aperture for this lever to be all the way down here, and then you lower your aperture and your lens is showing a lower aperture, but this part right here is still stuck in there. So it's gonna meter improperly because this part right here is part of the light meter system. So you want to make sure that this one is always moving freely and it snaps like that. This one is fine, and in case if it's sluggish or stuck to it, there's an easy fix, but I will not recommend it 100%. I will just say, just in case you need the camera right away and you need to start shooting, you can use some alcohol. Just put some alcohol in there and keep it upside down like that so it doesn't get into the mirror or the focusing screen. And put some alcohol and start moving that lever back and forward until the alcohol kind of cleans a little bit in there. The alcohol will evaporate and it should be fine, but just make sure you don't get into the mirror or the focusing screen. I mean, the K1000 focusing screen is this, and this particular camera is glass, so the alcohol won't do anything to it. But some cameras have had the focusing screen replaced with plastic focusing screens, and those plastic focusing screens will get damaged. So just as a precaution, you want to just try not to get alcohol in there. Okay, so we got that check. Now let's check the viewfinder. I mean, it's gonna be dirty right now, but just make sure there's not the silvering in it. Make sure that the light meter needle is dead center. Since it doesn't have any variety right now, the light meter should be in the center of the scale right there. So as you can see, the needle from the light meter is right in the center of the on the scale. So that's where you're gonna, since there's no variety right now in the camera, that's where the needle's supposed to be. If it's all the way down or all the way up, probably the light meter is not working properly. It's not working, or it has something stuck in it, and you will have to open the camera to make sure to clean it and make sure that everything is working fine. Okay, so we got all that together. So far so good. We can move forward with cleaning because everything is working fine. Now let's check the battery compartment. We're just gonna take a coin, remove the cover, and it looks clean. It doesn't seem to have any corrosion in it, but I can see a shiny sheen on it. So probably there's some battery leakage in there. And just to make sure, we're gonna have to open the bottom cover just to check if the battery compartment is clean and free of corrosion. Let's see. This is a JIS cross-point screwdriver. It's not a Phillips screwdriver. You have to use a Phillips screwdriver. Just be careful because you might damage the screws, and you don't want that. So to remove the bottom cover, all you have to do is remove these 3 screws. The one in the middle is smaller than the other 2. There you go. Then you can just lift it up. And most people, when you send your camera for refurbishing, or when they refurbish the camera, they don't replace these light seals right here. Always do that. And these need to be replaced, because otherwise, since they are degraded and everything, they will start falling into the mechanism right here, and that might cause problems to your camera. So you always want to remove those and replace them. I'll show you how to do that in the next video. Now, for now, we're just checking on the battery compartment. As you can see, the cable for the battery compartment, for the light mirrors right here, just move it to the side, and let's remove that screw. Oh, come on. There you go. Just be careful, don't lose your screws. And that's the one that we need to keep in there. Well, it doesn't matter. So we'll remove all 3. And now we can lift the battery holder and turn it upside down and make sure that everything is working. It's fine. As you can see, in this case, we're good. The cable is clean. The connection point is strong. Don't try to move it too much because you might break the cable. All you want to do is just look into it and make sure that it's clean and everything. Once you confirm that, put it back in place. And put the screws back in. And never touch it again, unless you have to replace the be careful with the cable right here. Careful with the cable. Move it to the move the cable to the other side, to this side right here, and then put the screw right there. There you go. See, that way you don't damage the cable. Now we have this one right here, and there you go. You don't have to over tight, just there you go. Like I said, you see this starts falling apart. This part right here was here, so if this falls into the mechanism, it's going to cause problems for your camera. So let's just make sure that you replace those when you're replacing the light seals. Alright, for now we're going to put it back as it was. We can put the cover right here. This is a good way also when the battery covers get stuck or it's really hard to remove. You just remove the bottom cover and remove the cover from the bottom with a spanner wrench, something like that. From the inside, I'm sorry. Okay, let's put the screws back. Remember the small screw, the smallest, goes in the middle. There you go. Okay. And from this point, you can decide if you're going to keep the camera based on your findings, or if you have to return it or send it back or talk to the seller, depending on your findings and the description of the listing. In my case, since I knew that it was probably not working, then I don't have any warranties or anything, so there's no way for me to send it back. So for me, it was a risk all the time, but I mean, I'm happy with it. It's working properly and nothing seems to be damaged. The battery compartment is fine, the cable is fine, the needle on the light meters is where it's supposed to be. We're gonna test later for accuracy, but for now everything looks fine, everything looks good. We're gonna move to the next step, which is cleaning the camera, and we're gonna make a video about it. We're gonna take apart the bottom, remove the light seals, remove the light seals in the back, replace the mirror bumper right here, which is just another piece of foam that prevents the mirror from hitting the metal piece right here. We're gonna take everything apart, all the top cover, clean it pretty good, make sure that everything gets clean inside, like just dust and stuff like that. We're gonna remove the pentaprism, remove the light seals inside the pentaprism, and with those you have to be really careful because otherwise you're gonna send foam inside the mirror, and that's a bigger problem. I mean, you can clean it, you might be able to clean it, but it's a big mess, so I will not recommend that. One more thing that I will not recommend is using compressed air to blow into the focusing screen, because you will, there's some light seals around the focusing screen that by this time that's more likely they are degraded, and by pushing high pressure air into it, it's going to blow those inside the focusing screen and the pentaprism. So you're going to have to remove the pentaprism and clean the focusing screen. And in this case, these cameras that came with glass focusing screens, they were two pieces of glass sandwiched like that. So when you blow air, dust and particles inside these two pieces of glass, which is the focusing screen. And then there's a bigger problem because you have to remove the whole focusing screen, take apart those glasses, clean it, and then put it back. And although it's doable, I mean, it takes time because you have to clean the glass really, really good. Otherwise, you're gonna have a focusing screen that is just not clean, and it's a big mess. So don't use compressed air on your camera. especially in the mirror compartment. Just use one of those blowers that you push and blows the dust. We're gonna use some soapy water just to clean the mirror with the cotton swab and stuff like that. Well, I'll show you the next video. For now, that's it. We just everything is fine, everything is working, and all right, I'll see you next.